Hi guys, in this opportunity I'm going to talk about another reading strategy which is predicting. It's really nice this strategy and helps you a lot with your imagination. What is this? What is predicting? Clues in stories and things that you already know can tell you what you may happen next. This is basically putting your mind to work, okay? Your imagination has to be at full. What are you going to do in this activity, in this reading strategy? You are going to take clues. What are clues? Maybe the heading, maybe some pictures, the type of letter that is using. In that way, you're going to take those clues to figure it out what is going to happen in the story. This is your background knowledge, okay? Here you have an example in this slide. You have a frog, then you have a kiss, and then you have a prince. So what is going to happen in this story? It's basically about kissing a frog, and for that reason you're going to have a prince later, the kiss. So this is basically the clues that you have, the pictures, and you start creating the story in your brain, in your mind. Is a guess using text or picture clues as to what is happening in the book. This is basically when you said don't judge a book by its cover, but in prediction we can do that, okay? Sometimes we see a text, or we can see the cover of a book, and because of the color, because of the size, or some pictures that it has, because of the type of letter, we can make a prediction. And we can say, oh, this story is going to be blah 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 about love, or this story is going to be about a murder, this story is going to be about a child story. So you start making connections with your background knowledge and the clues that you have. We make prediction before reading. So when the first time we see the text, we make a prediction. How? We think about the title, illustrations, and picture walk. This is basically the thing that we do. When we have the reading in front of us, we start looking at the title, if the article of the text has it, and we make a prediction because of the name. Then we have some pictures and we start making a prediction about that. Oh, if we have a picture about a dog, for example, what is the story about? It's going to be about a dog. And you start creating the whole thing inside of your mind, inside of your head. During the reading also we make predictions. We stop and predict what will happen. It's something you can make annotations here. You can read the book in one side of the page. You can make a prediction. Oh, you can say, oh, I think this is going to happen. Oh, I think this is not going to happen. Or the story is going to finish in this way. You can make prediction based on the things that you are reading at that moment, and you stop and you reflect and you create the story by yourself in your mind. And the third time when we made a prediction is after the reading, obviously. We confirm or adjust our predictions. If our prediction was wrong, we think about what happened. Okay, after doing the first prediction, after doing the middle prediction, we make the last prediction thing. In this step, we reflect, we think about what predict right or what predict wrong, based on the heading, based on the title, based on pictures or some parts of the story that we already read. And we say, oh, okay, I made a good prediction. Oh, you can say, no, I totally lost. I'm lost in this story. It's totally different from I thought it will be. Let's do an exercise then, guys, in order to explain you a little bit more about this. This is what you have. This is a short story. And the name of the story, or the heading, is The Emperor's New Clothes. Think about for a second and make a prediction. The Emperor's New Clothes. Based on this title, based on the heading of the story. What is the story is going to be about? And you have also a picture here. There's an old man that has a crown and has clothes, fancy clothes here. So make a prediction. Think about it for a second. What is this story is going to be about? And start creating some things in your mind that is going to happen or probably going to happen in the story. What the strategy says that after making the first prediction, right now we are making our first prediction, we are going to do the second part of the predictions during the story. What we're going to do is to read only the first paragraph of the story. And with that information, we are going to make the second prediction. A vain emperor who cares about nothing except wearing and displaying clothes hires weavers who promise him they will make him the best suit of clothes. So we already read the first paragraph of the story. Based on this, we have some information. We have a vain emperor wearing clothes. We have weavers and best suit. Okay, based on those words, based on those phrases, we can make predictions of what the story is going to be about. What prediction can you make? What will happen next? You start guessing, you start thinking about, what was going to happen with this vain emperor and those weavers and the clothes. So let's continue reading. They will make him the best suit of clothes. The weavers are con men who convince the emperor they are using a fine fabric invisible to anyone who is either unfit for his position or hopelessly stupid. The con lies in that the weavers are actually only pretending to manufacture the clothes. They are making make-believe clothes which they mime. Thus, no one, not even the emperor nor his ministers, can see the alleged clothes, but they pretend that they can for fear of appearing unfit for their positions. And the emperor does the same. They mime dressing him, and the emperor marches in procession before his subjects. The townsfolk uncomfortably go along with the pretense, no wanting to appear unfit for their positions or stupid. Then a child in the crowd, too young to understand the desirability of keeping up the pretense, blurs out that the emperor is wearing nothing at all, and the cry is taken up by others. The emperor realizes that the assertion is true, but continues the procession. So this is the entire story, guys. We already made our predictions when we read the first paragraph, but right now we already finished the entire story, and you can have the entire story. There you have what happened. What happened? We have a vain emperor who was cheated by two weavers, and they cheat him, making him believe that he was wearing the most fanciest clothes of all time, but it was not. But nobody wants to tell him that he was not wearing anything at all, because they will make them look stupid. But one young boy says, "You're not wearing anything." And then the other people said, "Yes, it's true." So nobody is going to look stupid after all. But the emperor was really he was in his position of being the king, and he was just walking with his head high, even though he was naked. So was your predictions true or not? Did you make good predictions or not? This is something that every one of you will answer, guys. Were your prediction accurate? What mistakes did you make? I don't know if you made the good predictions when we read the title and we see the pictures, and after reading the first paragraph, and after reading the entire story, you were checking your predictions, or you were saying, "No, this is totally wrong. I did a wrong prediction." And after finish the story, you can say, "Oh, I was accurate. I was really right about my prediction." So this is basically a exercise of imagination, an exercise of active reading that we have when we face a story, and it's a really good way to engage with the reading, to engage with the text that you have in front. So this is basically what you're gonna do in this week during this strategy. Predict based on the headings, based on the pictures, and do it at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of the story in order to imagine or to engage with the text.